Hi everyone. Today I would like to continue the next part of the sexual reproduction in flowering plants. In that first, I would like to talk about in this 11th part of the sexual reproduction in flowering plants is pollen viability. Here, most of the students are losing their marks in this particular area. In NCERT textbook, after the advantages and disadvantages, he has mentioned in the mixed way. So we need to go ahead 3 lines, 3 important questions. If you focus, then we won't lose that. Please go ahead with that. We'll go through that. See, sexual reproduction in flowering plants, part 11. Here subtopic is nothing but pollen viability. Pollen viability means the period remains the life. A particular period remains the life of viability. You know that in the human reproduction, for after the spermatogenesis and oogenesis also, the sperm is having a particular time. During the time only it is active. At the same time, egg or else ovum of human is also having the particular time. During the time only it is active. If the time over, either sperm or else ovum or egg, it won't give the fertilization. That means it lost its capacity of fertilization. At the same way, even here, after the maturation of the anther releases the pollen grain. That pollen grain releasing, the process is called shedding. After the shedding, before losing its life, that means viability, it should land on the stigma for the fertilization. That is what we need to talk here. Please go through that. Once the pollen grains are shed from matured pollen after matured anther, after dehiscence of anther, then they have to land on stigma. The process of transformation of pollen from anther to stigma is nothing but pollination. The pollination need to be happen before they lose viability. They here pollen grain loss viability. So viability, we can say that period during which it is active or live. Now, the viability period for the different kinds of species is not same. It shows a highly variation. The viability period is not same for all types of pollen grains. It is highly variable. This is also one statement based question we can expect. Sometimes the viability period depends on 2 things: preventing temperature and preventing humidity. What do you mean by humidity? Means the rate of moisture, that means water vapor in environment is nothing but humidity. These 2 are also influencing on this viability. Here 3 examples are given directly. In that, first, in cereals like rice and wheat, what is the viability period of pollen grains after shedding? Second one is families is given. Rosaceae means rose plant, rose flower. Leguminosae, those are also pulses. And Solanaceae, datura. In these, the viability period. That is there, it is months, maintain months. And one more is there, we are storing the semen at 196 degrees centigrade with the help of liquid nitrogen. Is nothing but cryopreservation. With the help of this cryopreservation also we can store. These three things are mentioned in the NCERT textbook. We'll go ahead. In some cereals such as rice and wheat, the pollen grains lost its viability within 30 minutes. So, in the rice and wheats, once the pollen grain shed off, then before 30 minutes, it need to be land on the stigma. Then only that pollen grain is live. After 30 minutes, even it stand on or land on stigma, it won't germinate. Pollen germination won't be happen. This is an important question for us. Some members of families of Rosaceae, that means rose flower, Leguminaceae, that means pulses, red gram, green gram, black gram, all this will come under the Leguminaceae. The other name for the Leguminaceae family is nothing but Fabaceae. That is also. Then Solanaceae. Datura, we know that, Datura stramonium. Or else Solanaceae means brinjal family. And even tomato, potato, all this will come under this. In Rosaceae, Leguminaceae, Solanaceae, the pollen grains maintain its viability for months. It maintains for months. After the few months also, it can able to germinate. So here, this is a neat question for us. In these three families, it can be maintained for months also. Next, first we need to give one word, cryopreservation. This is not mentioned in the NCERT textbook, cryopreservation. He mentioned that sometimes we will store the semen of human beings at 196 degrees centigrade with the help of liquid nitrogen for artificial insemination. We are having the different kinds of methods. In the reproductive health, we came to know that. Like that, here also, same method we can use for the storing of pollen grains. That is what here, the mentioned here, cryopreservation. We can store the viability of pollen grain. Here you please maintain viability. We can store viability of pollen grains of large number of species for how much time duration? Years. In liquid nitrogen, where in the liquid nitrogen the temperature is minus 196 degrees centigrade. Now, such stored pollen grain can be used as pollen banks. We know the seed banks, seed stored, whenever we require we can take back and we can make it germinate and develop plants. Like that, here also pollen grains also stored like seed banks, gene banks. Then here they said that very clearly, pollen banks are similar to seed banks, not gene banks. It is a seed bank. Seed bank, very important, not gene bank. Pollen banks are similar to, he will ask the question, then it is the seed bank. Now what is the use of seed banks or pollen banks? Seed banks, we are developing the seeds. Now here pollen banks are also used in crop breeding programs. Crop breeding programs. So this is very small area, but many questions are there. So here first we should understand that viability. Then second one is viability is same or not. And viability depends on two things. Then the viability period for the rice or else wheat or else cereals. Then he will ask you the viability period is less than 30 minutes in the following. If you give the question, then option A is rice, option B is wheat, option C is cereals, then option 4 is all the above. Then we need to go for the all the above. Next, the viability period for months. Identify the following or showing the viability period is for months. Then option 1 Rosaceae, option 2 Leguminosae, option 3 Solanaceae, and all of these. And here in the place of this they may ask the members of those families. Suppose rose A, option A is rose, option B is green gram, option C is potato, and option D is all of this. Then that time also all of this is a correct option. Next here, to maintain minus 196 degrees centigrade, which liquid we are using for the preservation of the pollen grain viability? That is liquid nitrogen. Again, he will ask you, the liquid nitrogen maintain the following degrees centigrade. He may give the plus 196, minus 196, plus or minus 196. All of these, all are look like very similar, but we need to go ahead exactly minus 196. Then here direct question. The stored pollen can be used as pollen banks. Now directly they are asking, pollen banks are similar to A, gene bank, B, seed bank, C, DNA bank, and all of this. Then exactly as per NCERT, pollen banks are similar to seed banks. Then very important question in this, pollen banks are used in crop breeding programs. Crop breeding programs. The cryopreservation is used in the semen for artificial insemination. Please go through all these things and try to get the things what are mentioned here and try to get good marks. What are the questions comes from this? Okay, all the best. Thank you.